I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How's things? All right.
Yeah, good. I managed to burn myself a little bit cooking dinner tonight, but we're okay.
That's all right. I'm actually looking forward to this because I realised that when I see people's meals going in, I'm like, geez, like everybody's meals look a hell of a lot better than mine. Um, so I'm looking forward to hopefully learning a little bit as well. But I've got Ashley here to kind of back us up, so she's going to help me out with some meal ideas here. How's everything else been? How's the week been? Okay.
Yeah, it's been all right. My both of my parents aren't home at the moment, so it's just my brother and I.
Oh yeah, nice. Home Alone.
Yeah, we did our like first like shopping run on Saturday, so we get to pick whatever we want.
Yeah, nice. How'd that go?
Yeah, it's good. We don't normally argue over food, so we're pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent. All right, sweet. I don't think that's well. Oh, there's Talia coming in now. Talia, how you getting on?
Good. Sorry, I was struggling to get in then. I was having like a real tech moment, but I'm
That,
here.
that's all good. That's all good. How you getting on? How's the week been?
Yeah, good. Monday's off to a cracking start, so hopefully I can keep that flow for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's it. Happy days. Good stuff. Does anybody have anything that they want to go through before I jump in here? Anything, any queries, concerns, anything else to go through? So I've done up a bit of a Google Doc, which I'll make into something beautiful when we have the rest of the information and stuff like that. So if you do have anything in the chat box here, uh, yeah, so there's like the little chat icon. If you chuck anything in there, it stores it stores in there as well. So it makes it that if you chuck something there, then I can throw that in later on and make it, later on in the week or whatever it is. Or else even if we just chuck it all in that nutrition section in the WhatsApp community channel as well. Like we could chuck all the recipes or whatever in there. There's no pressure to do it tonight, like it's all good. But if we do that, then that way I can make something that's just a little bit of a go-to on, like, these are some of the things that people seem to say works really well for them, because it's all well and good. Like, there's 800 recipes in the app, but like nobody's. I mean, I hardly use them. I eat my normal, but they all follow the same kind of principles. But I just kind of eat my normal stuff. What I find easy, what works for me. All right, so I'll share um this document here. Just let us know. Can everybody see that? Everybody see that Google Doc? All good, good, good. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Sweet, sweet, happy days. All right. So, like I said, the purpose of this, and I've got some photos as well of my meals. Honestly, some of my meals are shocking, like what they look like. That's why I had to buy a new phone, because like my old camera was like terrible and it made everything look so bland. I mean, more bland than what it is. But the goal of this is just to all learn from each other and find what success kind of looks like. And it might not be that you follow that exact same meal, but you follow the principles behind it, because that's what ultimately, it fits into your life, but it's the overarching principles that work. So I'll go through a couple of options for mine. So we'll do breakfast, then we'll go lunches, dinners, and then snacks or whatever it is. So um my go-to breakfast right now, because I'm training first thing in the morning, I'll just have overnight Weet-Bix. So 3 Weet-Bix, a scoop of whey protein, crush them up, mix them together. However much unsweetened almond milk I need just to bind it together to make a good like kind of biscuit base. 200 grams of light Greek yogurt on top of that, 150 gram frozen blueberries on top of that, and then I just get like one square of Lindt dark chocolate and chop that up, and that usually covers three meals. So that's or three containers worth kind of thing, or 3 days worth, I should say. So maybe a third of a square of Lindt dark chocolate, and then a little drizzle of sugar-free maple syrup. And if I'm looking to kind of increase the calories a little bit there, I'll get a little bit more carbohydrates. I could easily add in some honey. And if I was looking to increase a little bit of healthy fats in there as well, just to perhaps slow down gastric emptying and help with satiety, then you could go like a little tablespoon of nut butter or Nutella or Biscoff or whatever you want there. But that's like a cheesecake. Like, legitimately, it's like a cheesecake in the morning. And then the other kind of thing that I would usually go to would be like some kind of scrambled eggs and toast. Just again, easy, something that I can fire together quickly. And then obviously when you buying the liquid egg whites makes it a hell of a lot easier, rather than sitting, taking yolks out of eggs, like yeah, that's a bit of a tedious task. So the frozen liquid egg whites is a real game changer as well for this one because the amount of volume that it makes, like the amount of scrambled egg that it makes is crazy. So I'll either go like 100, one whole egg and then 400 mils of liquid egg whites, two slices of like the high fiber bakery bread, like the stuff you get from Coles and Woolies actually does one as well now. A handful of spinach, just scramble that in as well. And then a little bit of light cottage cheese to mix in with the eggs when you're cooking it. Just keeps a little bit of moisture in there, stops it from going dead dry. And then, like a tablespoon of nuttlecks or a bit of extra cottage cheese on the toast. Happy days. Or else I would just go two whole eggs and 300 mils of egg whites and slightly different, some small, slight differences in calories and in fat content and carbohydrate content, but pretty well within that, ticking the box of 10 grams of protein per 100 calories, which is obviously that kind of gold standard as well that we're looking for. So I don't know, Ashley, I'll maybe put you on the limelight, and you can give us a kind of go-to breakfast.
Mine is just the my frittata that I've posted a few times. So it's like 500 grams of some sort of meat. I either use like beef mince or turkey mince or chicken mince. Cook that, and then I've increased the proteins. I've used like 12 egg whites and then four eggs, so 16 eggs in total, and then two handfuls of spinach. And then you basically just mix it all together and then bake it for 25 minutes, and that's four portions. And I think it's maybe like 45 grams of protein per serve. So that's my go-to breakfast in the morning for like Monday to Friday.
And what's that calories wise?
I think it's about 350.
That's like unreal. And so just for a bit of context as well, like you were doing like a just like boiled eggs and toast before, and then it just like starving by mid-morning.
Yeah, I guess no long ago, like I would always just have two boiled eggs and a bit of toast and a wee bit of avocado on it. And I thought that was what I should be eating for my breakfast. But I was like, yeah, I was just hungry by like 9 o'clock.
Yeah. And it's a big lesson there as well, like increasing the size of your main meals in order to decrease your snacking is that's the winner. Like that's the easiest kind of go to because when it's like when you start getting into like, oh, what's like a good high protein, low calorie snack? It's like you can get lost in the weeds a little bit and adds an extra like something else I need to think about, something else I need to prep, something else I need to shop for. You know what I mean? Like if I just make my main meals bigger and then that keeps me fuller for longer, that gets me through. And then I might have a little after dinner treat or something like that. Cool, happy days. That's probably going to work a bit better. And then have you got the link for that as well, Ash?
Yeah, I can pop it in the chat.
Yeah, fire it in that chat box and then I'll do all this later on. I'll do all the other stuff later on. What about yourself, Talia?
I've actually been really enjoying the protein pancakes because I just bake it. Like I just make enough for like 4 or 5 servings and bake it in the oven for like 10 minutes. And then it's like a big sheet cake. And I just cut it up, chuck it in the containers in little cubes. And I've just put a bit of sugar-free maple on, some blueberries. And then I have a protein shake as well. And then that's getting me all the way through to lunch. And
Yeah.
then having, big lunch. And that's getting me all the way through to dinner. So
How good's that?
I need quick and easy. So like I
Yeah.
don't want to be able to prep it. I have to have it already made.
Yeah.
It's key for me. Otherwise, I'm getting the kids ready and I just don't eat myself.
Yeah, exactly. And then you end up starving, and then when you go to get something, it's like, just grab whatever. And then usually, what you grab is probably not something or not what you would usually grab there. So yeah, that's brilliant. That's excellent. And the protein pancakes, how do they come out? Because every time I've tried to make them, they end up like dry as man.
Yeah, well, I used to just make them with just like oats, banana, protein powder. I used to put something else in there, but I just got the protein pancake mix from Woolies, and it was like 15 grams of protein per serve, and they actually come out like really fluffy, really nice.
Ah, right.
And they're just so they're a nice little treat. I've got to try and master the recipe properly though with the oats and the banana because it's probably got less bad stuff in it now.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's, at the end of the day, yeah. If it's allowing you to get through at lunchtime and it's allowing you to stick to your calories, then happy days. That's ticking the box. For sure, for sure. No, that's really good. Thanks for that. What about yourself, Jamie?
I don't really prep a lot of my breakfast, mostly because breakfast is like my least favorite meal of the day.
Yeah,
Um, so I'll tend to, at the moment, the thing that's getting me through is just like Weet-Bix and like a high protein milk.
Yeah.
2 to 3, depending on the day. And then that normally, I would say it gets me through to lunch, but working in retail, I never know what time that is. So
Yeah.
it could be anywhere from 12 to 2 o'clock when I get my lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like again, Weet-Bix pretty high in fiber, keeps you pretty well locked up. Again, a high protein milk. Is that the stuff you see in Woolies? It's like 16 grams per serving or something, isn't it? It's like something like really ridiculous.
Yeah, I do like a mix between like it's the calcium plus because that's what I've been drinking since I was a kid because pretty much most of my family is very dairy sensitive.
Yeah.
And then they do like a really nice high protein oat milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we've tried all of the milks. My brother hasn't been able to have dairy since he was very small.
Yeah, right.
So we've done everything from soy when it was the original only option to we've done almond, rice, oat,
Yeah.
and soy as well. And we tried the lactose free, but he's actually allergic to something other than the lactose, which is weird.
Yeah, right. I know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's falling into that framework that it's something that ticks the box for you, that's easy, requires minimal prep or minimal thought process. Like if you're looking at themes, which is like kind of the overarching principle that I was trying to get across, like we just tend to take the easy option, and the easy option is usually aligned. As long as you're aware of calories and what you're trying to hit in terms of targets, you kind of know what it looks like. Like we could go down the path of processed and all that, but like I don't know, like some of these things get blown out of proportion in my opinion, and people like get a little bit too obsessed in the kind of minutia. So just looking at the big rocks, but no, that was excellent. What about yourself, Aaron? What do you do for breakfast?
Sorry, mate, trying to get the button there.
No, no, you're fine, mate. You're fine.
Lately, actually, I've been smashing the protein pancakes out of Aldi. They're like, I think they're 400 calories per box, and you're getting about 20 grams of protein.
Yeah,
And like for me in the morning, it's just quick and easy into the microwave, small bit of biscuit, and out the door. Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's kind of where what I'm kind of just quick and easy, kind of that, or kind of aim for like English muffins with some eggs, maybe.
yeah.
But yeah, kind of yeah, that's kind of my go-to at the minute.
And then do you have anything else like protein wise in that, or you just having
Well, there's 20 grams of protein
yeah,
per box, and then maybe a quick coffee.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of have coming into lunch, then I'd have a pack of rice, and then my chicken, like.
yeah, and that's where you're going to get the priority, the majority of your protein intake. Yeah, that's fine. And even if you wanted to increase that, that protein in the morning, you could easily have make a kind of protein hot, like a protein coffee. You know what I mean? Like put your coffee into a thing, blend that up or whatever way, like some vanilla like that vanilla maple protein is really good for making like an iced coffee type thing. Yeah, and then there you go. You can just sip away at that, and then you're going to get 50 grams of protein for about 600 calories, which is pretty good going. As well. Again, you'll be stuffed, man. I'll need to go into these protein pancakes because like that's a definite weekend breakfast for me. I could get around that 100%. Colin, what about yourself, mate? Are you there, buddy? Are you listening?
I'm here.
No, you're there.
I'm here. Aye, no, I'm here anyway. Well, what I try and go to is the scrambled egg and toast. That's the 2 eggs, cut a bits of toast. Then I usually have a protein yogurt drink. It's got 25. I think it's got 25 grams of protein in it. So
exactly.
So between the both, I usually go with that. Maybe cut a tea and that.
Aye.
That's what I try and go for the majority of the time if I can.
And nice and easy, is it?
I find that pretty straightforward. Aye, it's not too bad. But I would like to kind of know about the protein pancakes and how to make them myself, because my son, I usually make him pancakes and that for breakfast before school and that. I usually try and stay away from them, but if I'm protein man, I might be up for it.
I'd make the kids. There's like a short on YouTube, and it's Jamie Oliver talking about making pancakes with just eggs, bananas, and oats like that. That's it. And you just
right.
I would just make those pancakes, and then I would try to add protein on it, and it made an arse of them every single time. So I was like, well, I'm just going to have I'll just have the pancakes and then I'll have a protein shake on the side, and I won't ruin the pancakes. I'll get to enjoy them,
Aye.
and I'll still get to get that protein serving in as well. Like it doesn't necessarily all have to be in the same thing. Like similarly
Aye.
with yourself, like making scrambled eggs and toast, and then having a protein shake on the side. Like what I was saying, I was doing like egg whites to increase that protein intake, but quite easily you're just doing the same thing. You're just looking at another easy protein option
Aye,
just to bring that up.
it's wee yogurt drinks I get for Aldi, so it is. It's the strawberry ones and mango flavoured ones, but they taste amazing as well. So
Brilliant.
there's no many kind of protein stuff that I usually get, even like the yogurts and that. I always find there's that mad funny taste. I'm not a big fan of.
Some of them.
It's always lingering about somewhere, so it is. But
Aye.
with this, no, with this, it's just a straight up protein drink, and you can drink it really quick as well. It's a dead runny one, you know what I mean? It's a drink,
Aye.
you can drink it really quick, so you can, so it's not bad.
Aye, excellent. Good
I
stuff.
like it.
Good. All right, so just moving on to kind of lunches. So what I've usually got is like a meal prep type thing. So Kangaroo mince, what I've prepped 2 kilos worth or whatever. Very lean, cheap as well. And I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy it. Add some spices or cook it in a bit of nutalex and add some herbs and a lot of salt in there. Just dead easy. Like lunches and stuff like that for me just has to be something that I can just go grab, scoop out, and just go. Like I can't. I can't be doing anything else. Like I don't get time to think. I don't have time to waste doing any other shit. So that's for me. That's what I look at. And then it's always veggies, so always protein and micronutrients. That's the first two things that I'm looking for. Then the rest is fuel. That's what we're looking for. But we've got the protein content and we've got the micronutrients for the cofactors and proper energy metabolism. Then if it's like a cup of cooked rice, a couple of slices of bread, a cup of potatoes, all very interchangeable in terms of caloric content there. And that's a really, really easy one for me. Or else if it was like chicken salad wraps that you could throw together, a couple of those it's not B3, it's B3 wraps, the sweet potato wraps, like 78 calories, about 8 grams of fiber as well, and one wrap, which is incredible. Like obviously going to assist with keeping you fuller for longer, and obviously your fiber intake that you should be hitting is 14 grams per 1,000 calories. Like that is a recommended daily intake. Similarly, like you would have a recommended minimum amount of dietary fats to get in and a minimum amount of protein to get in a day. So fiber is something that's really important. Usually, if you're just eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, whole grains and things like that, like and minimally processed stuff, you'll just kind of get there by doing that anyway without having to get to high fiber this, high fiber that. I just go for it in terms of bread and wraps and things like that because it just tends to keep me fuller for longer. 150 grams of cooked chicken breast, so you can buy the pre-cooked stuff. You could have chicken breast that you've already done, like Ashley puts a pack of chicken breast in the slow cooker, bit of chicken stock, some salt, seasoning, whatever it may be. Fires that in, and away we go. A few hours later, that's done, and you've got, I don't know, 1.5 kilos worth of chicken there that you can add to pizzas, add to wraps, add to sandwiches or whatever. The kids will have it with chips or whatever they would have as well. So, and then just throw in whatever in terms of salad, greens, whatever you like there. Just something to get a bit of colour, a bit of micronutrients in, and then whatever light sauce that you like. So that Iams light sauce it's like 4 calories per serving. It's ridiculous. So again, another easy one, something that I can throw together quickly, and then I'll just go through dinners quickly. I'm just mindful of the time, and we can just have a wee quick round table as well on this. Bolognese. So I'll cook a kilo and a half of bolognese, so the kids can have that in lasagna. They can have it, just with pasta or whatever. Then myself and Ashley could either have it with rice, could have it with pasta, we could have it with, that high fiber bread, the bakery bread, all depending on how low my calories have been. I've just had it with veggies. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, nothing is really when I'm dieting, I'm not really trying to change. Like we kind of went through when I was showing you how I make changes to my diet. I don't like to overhaul everything that I've been doing. I just like to pull out calories and add in more fiber, add in more volume. So out comes the rice or the pasta or the toast or whatever it may be. In comes the veg, and then or even increase the amount of bolognese, like that protein serving as well. Like go for a 7.5 and crank your protein target up to where I would usually be 200 grams of protein per day. If I'm really hungry in a diet, I might go up to 230. When I was on 1,300 calories before Dubai, I was on 240 grams of protein per day, and it was just by doing things like that. And then like some salmon, try to eat fatty fish a few times per week. Easy, like again, the markets down here. You get the ocean caught salmon. Not going to get into the ins and outs of why I wouldn't eat farm salmon, but for me personally, I wouldn't eat it. So just one of those salmon fillets, some spices on it, chuck that in the air fryer. Same with some potatoes, just chop them up, bit of olive oil, bit of salt, bit of Italian herbs, and then just some greens, so broccoli, something like that, and dead easy. You know what I mean? Like just an easy thing to throw together. And then my get out of jail dinner is Kangaroo cheeseburgers, like a couple of Kangaroo patties. You could get the thins or actual brioche buns or whatever if you're looking at something a bit more desirable in the way it might look. I just use bread, you know what I mean, like the stuff that we get from the shops, and then a wee bit of cottage cheese or light cheese on top of that, or both. Spinach, lettuce, tomato, whatever it is, bit of light sauce, happy days. Yeah, about 550, between 550 and 600 calories, something there or thereabouts. And then easy heat and eat meals, like I've said, Papa Macros, or in the app as well, we've got those meal prep companies. Anything that's there, just a couple of things that you can rely on. Worst case scenario, I can fire one of those things in. Obviously, they're about 350 grams, those meals, so they're quite small. Then I would just add a couple of cups of veggies into that. Or if I was trying to add more calories, I would add a cup of rice, cup of potatoes, a couple of bits of toast or whatever on the side. I'll have something after dinner potentially as well. More calories for that. If I was just trying to increase the volume of that, again, just add in a couple of cups of veggies, dead easy. Easy go-to snacks. Always have cut up watermelon in the fridge. Ashley gets on at me because it's for the kids' lunch boxes and I hammer quite a bit through the week. Fresh fruit, apples, bananas, strawberries, kiwis. Like if you're going into the fridge and you're grabbing a piece of fruit instead of grabbing chocolate or biscuits or something like that, like just by making better choices, even without the awareness of calories, like the micronutrients plus the additional fiber and stuff like that you're getting in there, like that's a good, you're making good choices just by doing that. So just by again leveraging off the environment, making the environment conducive towards your goals. If you open the fridge and you see fruit there, grab it and you can eat it, you're going to eat it. If you open the fridge and you see biscuits, chocolate, sweeties, whatever it is, you'll eat them. So make your environment conducive towards your goals, and it makes things a hell of a lot easier. If I'm really starving, I'm really hungry, a snack, like 400 grams of Greek yogurt. That's a lot of, like, if you've seen that in a bowl, like, that's a lot of Greek yogurt to get through. 150 grams of blueberries, and then wee bit of honey or sugar-free maple syrup, 350 odd calories. So that's with honey. Maybe without the honey, you're probably, yeah, I don't know, maybe about 300 odd calories, something like that there for, nearly 40 grams of protein is pretty good. And then an easy protein smoothie that I like to get me through the day. Like if I have this in the middle of the day, I only need to eat 3 times on the weekend. Usually I would eat 4, but the weekend I just tend not to sit down and have 4 meals. 20 grams of oats, 20 grams cashew butter, 200 grams of blueberries, unsweetened almond milk, 2 scoops of WPI. Dead easy. You can add in the greens powder, vital greens, something like that there as well. You could actually add in frozen greens if you want to increase that micronutrient content there as well. Again, adding the cashew butter probably adds a few more calories because you're obviously getting more fats, but the slowing down of the gastric emptying as well that you get from fats and slowing down the digestion can again help with that feeling of satiety. So although people would say, oh, you should go lower fat because obviously, it's got more than double the amount of calories of uh, carbohydrates and protein. Whilst that is true, it's not as simple as that. And some people do like really, really well on a moderate to even moderate to high fat diet as well. And kind of that's where ketogenic diets and things like that come from. If it wasn't producing any results, nobody would talk about it. So it obviously produces some results for some people. And then you just take the things, you don't have to go that full, like, that's my thing, and I'm just going to go hell bent on it. Like, and away down that path, you can just go, oh, like, what's some of the good things that that ketogenic diet has? Okay, like, cool, let's maybe try and implement some of those things, and just playing around with these types of things, allowing you to experience that makes things a little bit easier as well. Does anybody have any good, like, any good lunch, dinner, snacks, anything that they want to share quickly, or anything they want to drop in the chat box? Before, I'm just mindful that it's 8 o'clock. I don't want to keep you here all night. What about you, Ashley? Have you got anything? Or Talia, have you got anything there?
Just about to say, I've got onto the shredded chicken train this week. I put it in the pressure cooker. It was really quick, 25 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah,
This week I've got rice with shredded taco chicken. I've got a can of beans I split across and a can of corn kernels. And it's, yeah, heaps high protein. It tastes really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that shredded chicken's a winner.
Yeah.
Just for convenience throughout the week. And, yeah, I chucked it in the pressure cooker and it was done real fast. So, it's convenient, that's for sure.
And I think, like, if we look at overarching themes the people who are successful when we look in and we see people who have got the meal prep sorted and all that, like we don't have our meal prep. I say we Ashley doesn't have our meal prep sorted because it takes like it takes 5 hours and she's just like in the kitchen. Like she's in there. I don't know, Ashley, please feel free to jump in. I would say what, an hour and a half maybe to do everything and the kids as well.
Yeah, an hour and a half, I'd say.
And then what do we get, like what do you get through just for a bit of context?
What I made yesterday.
Yeah.
I made a lot of it's for the kids' lunch boxes, but I made like 20. I actually made 40 meatballs because they have that. They have that in their packed lunches, and then I cooked little chicken sausages. So they're again just for their packed lunches.
Yeah.
What else did I make? You actually made your kangaroo mince yesterday, but I made chicken mince, which then I made a frittata with. I made the slow cooker shredded chicken. I made a Weet-Bix slice for the kids
Slice.
as well. So
Yeah.
baked that like a baked Weet-Bix slice, but I had a few scoops of protein in there just to keep them full, I guess, after lunch, after school pickup.
Hmm.
And then I made some dates stuffed with cashew butter and then dipped in chocolate. Um, that might be it.
Yeah. And that like and that is that's a hell of a lot of food. Like when we like there's no free Tupperware dish in our house, really. You know what I mean? Like, and the fridge is absolutely chockers full of it. But it's so easy. Like when you reduce that decision fatigue, and you just jump straight in and you can just grab something and like you've already got it in your head. It's kind of like that pre-planning thing where you've already pre-planned out your meals. You just go and get it because there's no friction there. There's no thought process around it. And then if the key to that is just having like two options underneath that. So I've got my go-to if things are all going good. Then I've got like two options if things aren't going, if like things are going shit. You know what I mean? So things that they can get me out of trouble. Like I said, if you make a good decision in a servo in a petrol station, then you're going to be able to make a good decision anywhere because it's that overarching principles, and that's the kind of point where I want everybody to be able to get to, where you have that knowledge where you can make a good decision in a situation like that. You don't even have to think about it. You just like kind of roughly, even if you don't know the calories, like the, the calories matter, but knowing the calories doesn't necessarily matter all that much as long as the decision is fits the context and the concepts that we're kind of looking for, the overarching principles. If you make those decisions more often than not, your outcomes are going to be favourable, more often than not as well. Um, does anybody have anything else, lunch, dinners wise, anything that they really like to share before we go? Nah, nobody. All good. Um, yeah, all good. So what we can do then is just over the course of this week, if we say by like the weekend, and I'll put it in the WhatsApp group anyway, if we say like by the weekend, if you want anything added into this, chuck it in the nutrition chat and WhatsApp. So everybody should have access to that. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? The nutrition placeholder? Does everybody have access to that? Do you have access to that, Talia?
I think I'll have to have a look. I'll grab a nosy.
Yeah, I should have put it there. Like, there's a thing that you can do in WhatsApp. Again, like, I'm okay at tech, but I'm definitely not the best. But you can make like a broadcast channel or a broadcast community, and then everything sits underneath that. So, the idea was that everything was there, so I can see Aaron's in there, Colin's in there, Ashley's in there, Sandra's in there. I don't know. Yeah, Talia, you're in there. I see you're in
Yeah,
there.
I've joined then. So
Oh
I've got,
yeah.
yeah.
Nice. All right. So if MD, and then this way it'll kind of keep it a little bit separate from the main chat. The problem with this is I thought this saved like a server, kind of like Discord or any one of these server type things. Whereas you'd be able to just go and you would be able to like you joined today, you'd be able to see what was posted yesterday. But I don't think you can you? Nah. Yeah. So I'm still trying to look into something like that because obviously over the last couple of years, people have posted like some really good recipes. So it'd be good to kind of bring that back. I did automatically add them in. I might just like reshare them again in that placeholder, and then that might just boost that up a little bit. And then if anybody wants to add anything in there over the course of the week, and then at the start of next week or sometime next week, I'll take all those things and I'll see if I can try and throw a bit of a document together. If you've got any links to the recipes or even any instructions or anything like that, if you've got it off of the Chat GPT AI nutritional helper or anything like that there that I've got on the app. Like if anything there, just paste all that stuff in there. Just use it as somewhere to dump all your nutritional kind of stuff, and then I'll try and compile it into something like a kind of PDF ebookish type thing, and then it might just be a wee something that everybody can kind of refer back to at some point. And it's like I said, the recipes are great. All the things that are in the app are excellent, and it's good ideas and stuff like that. But this is what everybody's using, so this is maybe a little bit more closely aligned from to where people are actually at. So yeah, we can try and throw all that stuff in there together. Yeah, all good. Does anybody have anything else that they want to go through before we go? Anything related to the app, programs, anything at all? All good. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the monthly in person technique sessions, and then myself and Sandra train together on Saturday. There isn't a This isn't going to be a session where like I'm going to absolutely annihilate somebody. So I don't know. Like Sandra said, oh, maybe people might be a little bit unsure like about training. Like that is not the goal. The goal would just be either to go through your program or go through my program for the day. And just train together. We would be doing the same exercises, obviously scaled back to whatever. Try out some different things and just training together, having a laugh. Like, you can ask Sandra. I promise I've not put her up to it, but she survived it. It was a good session. It was a good laugh. So again, like that'll be me pretty much on a Saturday morning. So anybody is more than welcome to join my sessions. You're not encroaching on my session whatsoever. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I would absolutely love to train with all of you at some point. So yeah, I'll leave that there for you. And if the people who are in Perth, if you're ever down this way, you know what I mean, or you're coming down, just let me know in advance, and we'll get a training session together. Likewise, if I'm up in Perth, the people in Scotland, it might be a little bit of a longer wait. If you're ever in Australia, you know where I am, and if I'm ever in Scotland, I'm sure we'll be able to throw one together there as well. All good. Yeah, okay, excellent. If nobody has anything else, then I'll let you all go. Thank you all for coming. Like I said, dump all your nutritional stuff in the placeholder, and then I'll develop this document over the next couple of weeks. Take care, and I will speak to you all soon.